Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking for a John Doe, unidentified male. And I did do a video on him, but I did it a while back, starting with the person that I think was him, and just him and the other person. And there was reasons I thought, I still believe it's that other person. But one is a key ring, one is the hat with the hat brim. I can't remember what the other ones were. So let's see. So he was found and discovered in Bandon, Coos County, Oregon in 1972. Homicide, 2 gunshot wounds to the head, 50 to 80 years old, 5'8" to 5'10". Full set of dentures engraved, and it's got 66, like maybe he got it in 1966, right? And then he had the hat with the hat band, the round leather belt buckled at 42 inches, gray wool socks with red and gray bands, tan leather lace-up built right work boots. That might have been one of them, I'm not sure. With white composition soles that hook at the top for laces labeled urine crepe, made in USA. A key ring with the R and the automobile key, possibly General Motors. And I know in the video I mentioned something about that key ring and the R. So somebody found his skeletal remains in a wooded area North Bandon off Highway 101. 22 caliber bullets were found in the skull, 2 of them, and 2 unspent shells, and 3 coins were found in the area. However, no weapon was found. And then they said a clue is his dentures, maybe because he got them in 1966, and they believe he might have served in the Marines or been in the military at some point, maybe between 1920 and 1930, and maybe he served in World War II, right? So then we're going to look at some missing persons to see if we think we know who he is. Okay, so he's found in Coos County, Oregon. So we found a guy that went missing in Coos County, Oregon, and he went missing in 1966 when that place closed. And date of last contact, January 26, 1966. And I know some people, if they have insurance, they might, or they're getting assistance, they might get their teeth pulled at the end of the year and then get the dentures at the beginning of the year. So I don't know. And so he's 5'6" to 5'8". And since he went missing in that county, we might consider him. He's a resident of San Francisco, but he was in Coos Bay, Oregon for business when he was last seen. He had dinner with work associates and was supposed to meet up with them again the next morning, but never arrived. He was last seen. Now, one place said he was at one hotel, and the other one said it was another one, and one said it was the Starlight Room, and the other one said it was a different place. So it depends on where you read it. So he had brown hair. He says he had a full head of dark brown, turning salt pepper gray, fringing gray at the temples, hair with blue eyes. He wore reading glasses that needed for reading. So, and I don't know if he would have had that kind of hat or not. He smoked cigarettes. So, I don't know if that could be him. I don't know what kind of car he drove, or if he had that kind of hat, or if he was in the military. Okay, but he went missing in Coos Bay, Oregon. So that's, I thought, well, I should put that one first because that's highly likely, because that's where he went missing at, right? And then this is the gentleman that I think it is, because you look at him, look at the hat, and you're like, wow, that really looks like him, right? He went missing in 1968 from Hagerman, Idaho, so that's further away than where the other guy went missing. He had the hat with a hat band. He had gray wool socks. He had a leather belt and tan leather work boots, and he was carrying a keychain with the initial R. I'm telling you, all of it makes it, and there it is. The 1960 Rambler Ambassador with the Rambler Ambassador had a keychain with the letter R, right? So I'm thinking that had to be him. But, you can't have tunnel vision about these things, right? But and he wears a partial set of dentures. I really feel like it had to be him. Okay? So, but, Alright, so then we have this man, and he went missing from Price, Utah. And there's a picture of him. He wore a hat, too. If the picture comes up, I'm sure it will eventually, right? See, he wore the same kind of hat almost. Okay, so he went missing July 1967. He was 50 years old, 5'9". So he was last seen by his sister in Utah. He left. He'd been living in a trailer. They never heard from him again. So, and you can pause that and read it. And then we have this John Doe, Kenneth Martin. He was probably in the car at the bottom of the lake or river or whatever, though, with his family. But let's see, they have one image. So his last date of contact was 1958. So I don't think he could have gotten dentures in 1966. So I really don't think it could be him. Because I think the 66 means that's when they got the dentures, right? But you can pause this and read it. I've got another video about him and his family. It's pretty horrific to me. You know, I try to downplay it some and not make it sound so horrific as it is. But, yeah, I mean, it's just horrific. Him and his whole family. So, it's really sad. But I don't think he could be the John Doe. But I left him in here. And then we have Robert William Trapp, 1965. And I don't think that could be him either, because I really think that was 66 that he got the dentures. Stockton, California, 5'10" to 5'11". There's some images of him. Look, he's got one of those hats. So, 5'10" to 5'11". His family didn't hear from him often. They got a Christmas card until they didn't, right? And they're like, wow, something's wrong. What happened to him? Which is a bummer, because that means that people knew him. He had friends. Nobody reported him missing. Then we have this gentleman. He went missing in 1970 in Avalon, California. He reminds me of, like, you know how we used to watch, like, Bonanza and the Big Valley, and, you know, that's the way he reminds me of that show with that hat and the way he looks. And he went missing in 1970. He was 5'8", 150 pounds. And he went, I'm not sure where, I'm not, Los Angeles County. Oh, he was in a boat. So that's probably not going to be him, because he was in a boat that was found adrift and he might have drowned or something might have happened. Right? And that's probably a good ways away. But I tried to leave put all the ones in there about the right age. This one went missing from Waterford, California. And like I said, it's probably not him because he's too far away. 1972, though. He was last seen in December of 1972. He was a cattle rancher, disappeared. A few weeks after he apparently was built of 30,000 by men, he told police had threatened to kill him. His truck was found. Well, sounds like they killed him, doesn't it? They threatened to kill him. The keys are still in the ignition of the truck. So, and this man went missing from Canada in 1969, 5'8", 165. Canada. Some parts of Canada aren't that far from Washington. Let's see. He was a passenger on a flight. The pilot of the Cessna 185 was John Burton, and Edward Flett was also on board around 11 a.m. The pilot made a routine call stating they would be landing in 15 minutes. The airplane did not arrive at its destination. The wreckage and the three on board were never located. Wow. I wonder who the other two were. I guess that was the pilot and... Well, yeah, duh. So that was the three of them. Aha. Why do I have to wonder if it's right there? Okay, so then we have... This man went missing from Saskatchewan. Is that how you say that? I don't know. There's a lot of them that go missing from there. Whoops, this one's not pulling up. Is he from there too? He's from there. He's from there. There's 4 people, I think, that are all from there, right? Missing in 1968. 67 years old. Known to walk very slow in an awkward manner. He was last seen during the early morning hours of October 28, 1968 at a cabin near Moose Mountain, Provincial Park. The park was approximately 7.5 miles north of Arcola. On the day of his disappearance, he was planning to go hunting for deer. He did not have a vehicle and walked in a slow, deliberate manner. A .30 rifle was found to be missing from the cabin. And so I don't think that was him, but I want to leave it in there because it's about the right time and the right age. But it's interesting that these people go missing from this area. He went missing in 1967, and it says him and his partner, they were dropped off by a plane. The two were prospecting in the area. They were last heard on a radio call to a nearby mine on June the 8th. Extensive land, air, and water searches of the area failed to locate any trace of the two men. Their camp was located but had been unused. Brady was born in St. Paul, Alberta, with a strong concern for his people, so it talks more about him. Isn't that crazy? Let's see. Then this one, 1971, Elder Pearson. He was 60 years old. And he does have like a similar look, but he was last seen January 1971 at a bar. He got a taxi from the bar and either went to his boarding house or to the family homestead. He farmed in the area, but had moved into the city where he worked at odd jobs. He's never been heard from since. They don't know what happened to him. And this man, he was only 45 years old. He went missing in 1953. That's before they got the 1966 Dentures, but I figured, well, they're all in this area. I'm going to put him in there. Okay, two were traveling by boat, and it sounds like something happened on the boat. Their boat capsized. Both men drowned. Their bodies were not recovered despite searching by locals from the area. So they found one of them eventually because it snagged on one of the bodies, but he's never been found. So here's our John Doe. Who do you think it is? It might be him because he was missing there. But I think they've checked even to see if it's this man. But even if they checked and said no, I feel like they've got to be wrong because it really seems like it has to be him, right? But this man went missing right there in that same county. But would he be getting dentures in that area? I don't think he would be. I don't think he would be getting dentures there in that area, but maybe, I don't know. I would think the dentures came from nearby, but not supposed to have tunnel vision, right? So then there's other people. So don't you really feel like it has to be this person? Maybe that's just me. Anyway, if you have any information on any of these old cases, whether you've heard rumors, it's hearsay, you know who they hung out with, diaries, people drinking and talking, whatever, you should give this information to authorities. Even if you gave them the information years ago, you feel like they have to have it, you have to remember they've kept these records in different ways over the years and they may not still have the information. And don't forget to pray for their loved ones and families. I don't know if I said that already. And please feel free to leave comments and have a great day. Bye-bye.